Hundreds of animals at this very moment are living caged up, with no freedom at all. Today we're going to be investigating into local zoos and seeing how they treat their animals and if the animals are very happy.
Some zoos I've been to have enough space for the animals to roam around. Some are very small, so I've seen a lot of animals in cages and locked up.
Tigers have around 18,000 times less space in zoos than they do in the wild, which could lead to stress behaviour, potentially leading to regression.
I started on the ungulate section, so hoof stock, and I was working with reindeer, oryx, tapirs. I was there for about 6 months. These animals haven't chosen to be here.
Incorrect grouping in zoos can lead to aggression between animals. This can stress the animals as the groupings are not their natural choice.
It's a science, and like any science, things are always moving forwards. What was considered perfectly acceptable practice back in the 60s and 70s, you look back on now and think, you can't believe they thought that was okay, but that was acceptable practice then, and I'm sure the same will be true in 50 years from now.
Sometimes they can appear a bit poor quality and almost give the impression of not really looking after the animals properly, just having them on show for the sake of it.
I think it's wrong. It's not fair on the animals. They haven't done anything wrong. Zoos are just discriminating the animals' rights.
It's constant striving to improve what you do. As always, good keepers will never be completely satisfied with their enclosure. They'll always be looking for ways to improve it. And it's about sharing good practice within the zoo community, and looking, far and wide for what other places are doing.
Many zoos train animals to perform tricks as though they were in a circus, the most common being performing birds, who are forced to do these tricks in order to be fed.
A study by an organisation showed that 5,000 animals and as many as 200,000 animals in European zoos were surplus at one time. This meant the animals suffered and struggled all their life just because they didn't fit into the profile that the zoo wanted.
It needs to work for the animal, so there needs to be plenty of opportunities for them to express natural behaviours, for them to hide from public view if needs be.
Lions in zoos spend 48% of their time pacing, a recognised sign of behavioural problems.
Zoos need to be made in much larger areas and make them much bigger for animals to roam around freely and not be caged up.
I think we should help endangered species because those animals need our help more rather than us just getting animals from the wild and putting them into a zoo.
Work that zoos do that they don't often promote because they're too busy spending their money on looking after the animals correctly in the first place.
Places like Chester Zoo have huge conservation programs which help animals and endangered species who need the help. They do all they can for animals and make sure that they're always happy. You can also support them by logging onto their website and joining programs such as conservation campaigns or saving forests and wildlife. Donate today to make a change.
Zoos are a good thing because where else in the world can you appreciate just how many animals there are that need protecting and looking after?
Sure, they could be fed safely and they could access that food in a manner that was natural, so climbing and foraging and so on.
But does this look natural to you? Without our help, this could be the fate of all innocent animals. Are you okay with this?